Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through the noise, pull out the key stuff from a bunch of sources, and lay it out for you. Today, we're looking at a situation in the NFL that's moving pretty quickly. It involves a major team, the San Francisco 49ers, suddenly facing a big challenge. Their wide receiver room is, let's just say it's an unbridled mess right now.
Oh.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Because here's where it gets really interesting. There's a veteran receiver who's basically saying out loud, hey, I'd like to join you guys, right in the middle of all this.
Yeah. And what's fascinating here isn't just the immediate chaos. It's watching how a team, especially one with championship hopes, tries to handle something like this, like a sudden roster breakdown.
Exactly. So our mission today is to get a real handle on how bad these receiver problems are for the Niners, figure out who this veteran is, and maybe most importantly, dig into why he sees San Francisco as, like you said, a spot he's looking at.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a real strategic game playing out,
It really does, and it shows you how fast teams have to pivot sometimes. What looks like a huge problem might actually become an opportunity, maybe, if they handle it right.
Right. So let's get into this mess, this disarray, because you need the details to really feel the urgency here. It's not just one thing. It's like dominoes falling.
Mm-hmm.
First up, Brandon Ayuk, probably their top guy, right?
Absolutely. Key piece.
He's still rehabbing that gruesome knee injury. It happened way back in Week 8 last season. And the word is he's probably not going to be ready for Week 1. That's a massive hit right out of the gate.
Oh, huge. For Shanahan's offense, Ayuk isn't just, catching passes. He's crucial for their whole play-action setup. Him being out changes how defenses play them, lets them focus more on McCaffrey, maybe. It really affects Purdy's reads. It's more than just losing one player.
Good point. And it doesn't stop there. You've got Sean Jennings, kind of a breakout guy, right?
Yeah.
Especially big moments.
Clutch.
He's in the middle of a contract dispute with the team. So another key receiver, maybe not on the field because of money, not injury.
Right.
Then there's the veteran, Demarcus Robinson. He's waiting to hear from the league about a possible suspension, that DUI back in November.
Yeah, the Jennings thing is complicated too. With their cap situation already being tight, trying to pay other guys, it's not just about him not practicing. It could affect the locker room vibe if it goes on. And Robinson, well, that just adds more what ifs, doesn't it?
It really does. It's like one thing after another. And as if that wasn't enough, now the injury bug is biting their younger guys. Ricky Pearsall, second-year player, he's dealing with a hamstring injury right now. And just this week, Jacob Cowing, another young receiver they're counting on, he pulled his hamstring out for who knows how long.
Wow.
It's almost comical, isn't it? Like they plug one leak, another one pops open. It's a lot to process.
It really is. And, if we connect this to the bigger picture, when a team's receiver room just falls apart, like especially a team aiming for the Super Bowl, it causes ripples everywhere. Yeah, it impacts their whole passing game plan. It forces younger guys maybe into roles they aren't quite ready for. It puts a ton more pressure on guys like McCaffrey and Kittle to, carry even more of the load. Even great teams, great players, they struggle when a key position is this unstable. It changes how they have to approach the whole season offensively.
That really puts it in perspective. It's not just next man up. It's about the whole system. But like we said, there might be a potential solution putting his hand up. Gabe Davis, that's the veteran receiver. He was on Up and Adams with Kay Adams. And he was surprisingly open about his interest in the 49ers. Said he visited and seemed pretty keen.
Yeah, you don't often hear players be that direct about where they want to go. It suggests maybe he feels confident he can help and sees a clear opening.
He really laid it out. Said the visit was awesome. And he talked about connections, which is always a factor. He said, I have a lot of teammates from UCF and previous players like Mac Jones and Isaiah Hodgins there. So guys he already knows.
Right, that built-in familiarity.
And beyond that, he just seems to like the setup. Called San Fran a nice spot. Said it's a great team with great players. He even mentioned talking to McCaffrey and Kittle.
This raises an important question, though, doesn't it? Like, is he drawn by the team, the culture, the winning? Or is he just seeing a team that's suddenly desperate for a receiver and thinking, okay, here's my chance? How much do those personal ties and the idea of a good fit play into it for a vet maybe looking to get his career back on track?
It's a fair question. He certainly sounded enthusiastic. He didn't stop there either. He praised the coach, said head coach Kyle Shanahan is the man and knows how to call an offense. Big praise.
Well, Shanahan's reputation is definitely a draw.
Yeah. And he mentioned the other weapons, too, saying they just got a lot of great weapons around there. Kay Adams apparently pushed him a bit, asking about the Niners needing a deep threat, and Davis just like double down. Said he wanted to wear the red and gold. He even gave props to Ayuk and Jennings, called Ayuk a stud, and said Jennings was making hella plays. Seems like he's done his homework.
And that deep threat ability, that's something Davis does bring, or at least he has in the past. Even with the recent injury, that skill set is exactly what they might miss with Ayuk out, potentially.
Yeah.
It opens things up underneath for Kittle, for McCaffrey. So he's not just looking for any job. He's identifying a specific need in that offense.
Yeah, it really sounds like he's targeting this specific role, this specific team, not just throwing darts at the board. But, okay, we need to add some context here about Gabe Davis himself.
Yeah.
Because it's not all smooth sailing. He missed the back half of last season, remember? Tore his meniscus. That's not minor for a receiver.
No, definitely not. Affects speed, cuts, everything.
And then the Jaguars cut him in the offseason. His numbers in 2024 weren't huge either. 20 catches, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Right. And that's the crux of it for the 49ers, isn't it? Here's a guy, Davis, who seems like a ready-made plug-and-play option. He knows the league. He seems eager to come. But you've got the recent injury, the dip in production. So there are real questions about what he can still do, how durable he is. The recent history says maybe be cautious, but the potential fit in his own interest make it tempting.
Exactly. And we don't know what he's asking for, money-wise.
Yeah.
That's always a factor, especially this late in the offseason and coming off that injury and release. The Niners have to think about that. Plus, do they want to maybe see what the rookie Jordan Watkins or some other young guys can do first, give them a shot before they hit the market again? So, yeah, Davis looks like a potentially solid option, maybe high upside in Shanahan's system. But is it a gamble?
Yeah.
Or do you trust the guys you drafted? It's a real fork in the road for them, balancing the immediate crisis against, the longer-term plan.
So what does this all mean? I mean, for their roster moves, Davis could plug a hole right now, sure. But the Niners, they're usually pretty careful with their salary cap, right? They've got big deals coming up from McCaffrey, eventually Purdy. So any deal for Davis probably has to be like team-friendly, maybe loaded with incentives or just a one-year show-me kind of thing. But that high upside you mentioned, in that offense with that coaching, maybe he could outperform those recent stats. It's a really tricky balance, isn't it? Need versus risk versus cost versus developing your own guys, especially when you think you're close to a Super Bowl.
It absolutely is. This whole thing is it's a really compelling look at how fast things can change for a team. We've seen just how deep this receiver crisis goes for the 49ers. Injuries, contracts, suspensions, it's a lot. And then you've got Gabe Davis, this veteran, basically raising his hand, making his pitch, seeing this tough spot as his big opportunity, even with his own recent setbacks.
Yeah, and it leaves you wondering, doesn't it? When you're faced with a sudden crisis like this, hitting a key spot like receiver, what is the best move for a top team? Do you jump at the veteran free agent, even with red flags like a recent injury? Or do you put your faith in the young guys you drafted, hope they develop quickly under pressure? And how much does it change things when a player like Davis just comes out publicly and says, hey, I want to play for you? Does that pressure the team, speed things up? It's a real strategic tightrope they're walking right now.